The third female lead who was ignored laughed awkwardly, trying to conceal her embarrassment before downing the glass of wine in front of her. Qiao Hao remained silent, taking small sips of the hot milk in her hands. The milk was hot, but her heart was much hotter, sweetness enveloping her entire body as she took another sip. There was already someone holding the microphone in front of the screen, singing the song they had chosen. The people sitting were chatting as they enjoyed the drinks. The third female lead beside Qiao Hao was deep in conversation with the director and Kong Yan, ignoring her completely. Lu Jinian, who was on her other side, had always been silent with few words, so she could only sit silently, gazing at the person singing while she sipped her milk. When she emptied the cup, she placed it on the table and went to slouch on the sofa, her hands casually placed beside her thighs. Out of boredom, she started singing the song silently in her head. The third male lead was famous for holding the microphone. He sang 3 consecutive songs and had no intention of giving the microphone away. Instead he ordered a Jaishu song, Dong Fong Po, for himself. When Qiao Hao was in school, she had rather liked this song, but since it had been a long time, she didn't remember the lyrics. After singing 5 sentences inwardly, she stopped and looked up at the lyrics on the screen. That was when she saw the lines, as the water flowed to the east. No matter how much I tried to get more time, the flowers can only bloom once, and I had missed it. At that moment, Qiao Hao felt Lu Jinian's fingers touch hers. A strong wave of emotion flew through her fingers to her entire body, paralyzing it. As she stared at the lyrics, she could no longer sing the song inwardly. Qiao Hao paused for a long while before realizing that Lu Jinian's hand was still touching hers, and there was a phone in his palm. She gulped down and moved her hands, trying to avoid Lu Jinian's touch. But at that moment, his hands released his phone and covered hers. In that instance, she felt as though her hands were no longer hers and there was an indescribable heat spreading from his palm into her bloodstream. She struggled for a while, trying to escape his touch, but instead she felt his fingers surrounding hers, holding her tightly. Qiao Hao couldn't help turning to look at Lu Jinian, but he was looking at the screen, his face expressionless, giving nothing away. Her heart raced, its speed increasing rapidly, even her ears were starting to burn. When she had carried a torch for him when she was younger, she had imagined holding on to his pure and slender hand. After so many years, this was the first time they had held each other so seriously, and it was more moving and exciting than she had imagined. Qiao Hao imitated Lu Jinian, staring at the screen without any expression. She also mustered some courage to squeeze his hand. Lu Jinian could feel her tighten her grip, her eyes brightening, but his expression still gave nothing away. To the eyes of the others, they didn't seem to be interacting, but in a corner that couldn't be seen, their hands were tightly holding each other.